welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before my first year of uni. So if you don't know me, my name is Monica. I'm a first year medic at... I'm no longer a first year medic. I'm a second year medic at UCL. Wow, that hasn't even sunk in yet. Right, let's try that again. My name's Monica, I'm a second year medic at UCL, and in this video I'm just going to be talking about things that I wish I knew before uni or someone had told me to expect before going in, because some of these things really hit me like a brick. So hopefully if you're looking to go to uni this September, this video is helpful for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. First things first, packing. I could probably do an entire video on packing, but just to cut a long story short, I am the definition of an overpacker. So to uni, I rocked up with an electric lint roller, 3 pizza cutters, and 24 AA batteries. Like, these are the things you do not need. So can't stress this enough, guys. Please just take the essentials. And also remember that you can go home and switch back clothes that you don't need. So for example, when packing for the winter, make sure you bring your jumpers, your coats, your scarves and all that stuff. And then when you go back for Christmas, maybe you can swap it out for more summery clothes, because there's no point in bringing everything all together in one go, because you're just going to have less of each item. And also it helps when you're moving out towards the end of the year, when you take like a few of your unnecessary clothes back home, so you're packing lighter for your final trip home. Also, I was stressed to bring the right type of clothing. So in my head, we were all dressing like Reese Witherspoon from Legally Blonde for uni. That is not the case. I quickly learned that you actually spend most of your time in joggers, and the fact I only own 2 pairs of joggers. So I made a rather large purchase of a lot of loungewear for uni, and that is probably the best thing I did, especially for my year, because we didn't have any in-person teaching. So we actually did a lot of our lectures in the comfort of our uni rooms and our common rooms and the libraries, where you don't wear suits. So I would really encourage you guys to invest in loungewear and comfy clothing, because you're actually spending a lot of your time in that. And even when you go to uni, like, you're going to be wearing jeans and definitely not formal attire. So secondly, something that really hit me, especially not being a Londoner, was the cost of travel. I did not see it coming at all when I came to uni. I thought I'd be spending very little on the tube, probably a maximum of about £5 a week. No, I would say to roughly put aside £10 to £15 a week for travel for uni, because especially in London, you probably won't have your own car to drive yourself around, and you're going to be spending a lot on Ubers, on Bolts, on the tube, on Boris bikes. So please don't be alarmed when you spend a lot of money on travel, because it's going to happen, unfortunately. Okay, so number 3 is really important, and it's going to sound a little bit bleak, but I'm going to say it now. Freshest friends are not forever. So you're going to be meeting a lot of people in the first few weeks of uni, but please remember, and I'm telling you from personal experience, you do not owe a loyal friendship to every person you meet in freshers, because you're going to be meeting hundreds of people. Don't be afraid that it might take you a little bit longer to find your closest friends, and that's completely okay. Like, I only found my closest friends after Christmas. I think that's really important to remember, that it's okay not to be friends with the person you first met at uni. Don't get me wrong, you might be best friends with your entire flat, but don't feel like you owe that friendship to everyone, because it's important that you feel comfortable at uni and you are friends with who you want to be friends with. Pick and choose wisely as to who you hang out with, especially later on in the year, because they're going to go on to be your closest friends. If you know that you don't fit into a certain group, don't force yourself into it. There are thousands and thousands of people at uni, and you are bound to find your best friends, so don't worry. Number 4 is another money related one. So budgeting is really important, and again, like I said, I'm going to do a different video on money altogether, but I think it's really important that you are aware of how much money you spend on a weekly basis and on what. So how much money you put aside for food, how much you put aside for travel, how much you put aside going out. All of these things need to add up to come within a reasonable budget. Sometimes budgeting goes out the window when all your money's in one account. So sometimes when you split it over 2 accounts and you transfer your weekly budget into another separate account, that can help you with budgeting. Or if you have an Excel spreadsheet as to how much you spend each week, that can help you too. Be aware, because London is costly, but all I say is it's okay to spend money to have fun, because that's what you're there to do. You're there to study and to have fun. So okay, number 5. There is an app called Uber Eats, and that will be the bane of your life. I can guarantee that I've probably bought Uber Eats at least once a week at uni, probably more. It is a very, very tempting app, especially if you have it on your phone. It drains your money, like yeah, all I can say is that please be aware that you're going to be spending a lot on Uber Eats, and as much as you like to cook, if you love to cook, that's great, that's fine. There is no escape from takeout, because you know, when you don't have your parents around and you want a takeout, there's no one to say no, so what do? You go ahead and order it. But another alternative that I could probably suggest is that if you have gone on a night out and you have come back to your halls and you are hungry, try and have like a go-to meal. For example, mine was Maggi noodles, my favourite. That can help save money, obviously. Uber Eats is probably the biggest expense on my bank account that I could probably have saved on, realistically. Okay, so number 6 is kind of leading on from that. Personally, I think it's really important that you invest in eating good food. Try not to live off ready meals. Try to cook your own food, whether that's pasta, rice, chicken, potatoes, whatever it is, try and cook, because it's really important that you maintain a healthy diet, because it's really, really easy to sway away from that at uni because you haven't got your parents cooking meals for you at set times every day, so it's down to you to keep that routine. And I am very guilty of not doing that. Sometimes I went by with only one meal each day, and it's probably what took the worst toll on me at uni. Like I just became really tired all the time because I wasn't eating properly. Like I was skipping breakfast and I barely ate lunch as well. Like some days I would survive off my Pret subscription. I highly recommend getting it, but don't rely on it solely. So please guys, invest in good food, and also remember to buy meat from reliable stores. Number 7, if you are a normal teenager and have a set in stone sleep schedule, please be wary that it is going to go straight out the window when you go to uni. Everyone loves to do everything at 3 AM apparently. I mean, it's all fun and games staying up late with your friends, chatting, doing whatever, but please remember that if you do that every day, you are going to tire yourself out and you're going to start to live off energy drinks, and that's not great either. So yeah, have a good diet and try to get sleep in as much as you can. I mean, it's completely up to you what you decide to do, but obviously remember to look after your body because it's pretty important. So number 8, make use of common spaces at uni. So your uni library, your student centre, your common room, like all of these places, go there, because especially in the first time you're going to meet a lot of people there, and you never know, your best mate could be waiting for you and you might not even know it because you might not be there. This is probably going to go against what I just said, but try not to say no to things, especially in first time, because you need to go out and put yourself out there. Go out, go to the common spaces, go to the common room, go to the student centre, go to the libraries. I know it sounds very neaky to go to all these places, but frankly these are where you're going to meet your friends. Go to flat parties, go to all of these things so that you can meet different people. Like I said, it can sometimes take a lot of time to meet your people, but I guarantee you will find them if you put yourself out there. So don't be shy, don't hide in your flat, because you don't want to go for uni only knowing the 6 people in your flat, because there's literally 30,000 people at uni. Like, put yourself out there, like you've got nothing to lose. Okay, number 9 is again going to go against what I just said, but I'm going to say it anyway. So number 9, remember to find the correct work-life balance, because you can sometimes be drawn to either end of the spectrum. Some people at uni are very, very work driven, and that's completely fine. Obviously, like if you're work driven, that's very, very good for you, but sometimes they might be missing out on the fun side of uni, and I would never wish that on anyone, because uni has so much to offer, and uni is not made for you to study all the time. There's always something else for you to be doing, whether that's competitions or whether that's societies or just meeting friends. Like whatever it is, there's always so much to do. So being work driven is great, but don't sacrifice what uni has to offer. At the other end of the spectrum, you've got the people that just don't do much work at all, and that's also fine, because people do get by their degree without doing a lot of work, and that's completely fine. Like each person to their own. Personally, as a medical student, it was really important for me to find my work-life balance correctly. So I often found that I revised really well during the night, but I actually did my lectures pretty well during the day. So I had to split my day up, and I would give myself breaks. It's really important to give yourself breaks, of course, when you're doing work. There will be periods at uni where you don't have any work. For example, just after exams, you probably have like a week, which is really helpful for just clearing your mind, resetting again to go again for the next module. So like things like that, it's really important to have a break, but also to work really hard, because you are there to get a degree. At the end of the day, the biggest goal in uni is to pass into the next year and to finally get a degree. So it's important to find your work-life balance, but at the same time, don't sacrifice your fun. And number 10 is kind of leading on from that, is that make sure you join all the societies. First of all, I didn't actually know that it costed money to join societies. I thought it would just be free, so otherwise I probably would have joined a lot more, but money is always at the base of every problem. Yeah, sometimes some societies aren't that well advertised, so you have to go and find them. So at UCL we have this thing called Freshers Fair, where there's a day when they kind of like advertise all the societies, and this year it was virtual, but in person I'm sure it would be a really great event. Make sure you find your society and make sure you join it, because now you're going to meet people with the same interests as you. That can help in finding friends as well. Some societies offer resources for your course, so for me, like some of our RUM societies, like our medical societies, held like tutorials for us, especially when we're coming towards our exams. So that was really helpful for me as well, knowing people in the year above, because that's super helpful, knowing people higher in the years above who've been through what you've been through. They're there to give you advice. And I think it's really important for you to remember that it's first year that you're going to be part of the society, and in the second year you're going to be running the society. I don't really know what happens in third year for society and stuff, because I know that we do BSc year and a lot of the other degrees are in their final years. So it's really important that you become a part of the society in first year and go to the socials, go to the different events, go to the training sessions, whatever it is, and remember to run for positions in second year, because I think the elections happen quite early, like they happen in like March or something. So really be on your toes and know when to apply. Like even if they're not well advertised, put yourself out there, because it's always fun to run a society, because it gives you something else to do besides your work, and you feel like you're getting involved with other years as well. So try something new as well. Like you don't have to stick to what you know. You might as well venture out and try something new, because personally I think uni is like a fresh start. Like it's a clean slate. You're going to a city that you probably haven't lived in before, and you're there to meet lots of new people, to try different things, to go to brand new places, go to restaurants, go to bars, have fun. I loved London. Like everything about London was stunning for me, because especially I grew up in the countryside when we didn't have skyscrapers, where we didn't have like big buildings and things like that I could go see. I spent a lot of my final term going and visiting places like Notting Hill and going to places like Primrose Hill. Actually, I lie, I went to Primrose Hill quite a lot. Like South Bank and different places that you can go in London and just visit with your friends. Like just a day out is so great. Make the most of your uni experience, because there's so much that London uni has to offer. And even if you're not going to uni in London, there's always plenty to do. So guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope that you found it useful, and I really hope that I didn't waffle on for too long. So if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow my Instagram, and we will be back for more videos very soon.